Perak HaMoicher Es HaPeiros Dav Tzadi Dalet, sponsored Refuah Shlema for Chagit Yochevet Bas Chana. We begin with the Mishnah. Mishnah discusses what percentage of inferior produce a buyer must accept. One who purchases grain must accept a rova hakav tinofes l'sah, 1/24 impurities of the full amount. Rav Katina taught a brisa that tinofes refers to legumes. However, the amount of soil mixed in grain has to be less than a rova hakav. A brisa states a rova kav of soil mixed in legumes. They are an exception. Number one, a buyer must accept a rova kav of soil because unlike grain which is cut, legumes are uprooted. Number two, a buyer of grain must accept a rova kav of soil just like legumes. The brisa teaches legumes are the same amount as grain and not more. Rav Huna states if the buyer sifts and finds more than a rova hakav, the seller must reimburse him fully. The rova hakav is not butter. The Gemara presents two perspectives. Number one, the letter of the law dictates the seller reimburses fully. The buyer's intent is to pay for grain without impurities. However, he accepts a small amount to avoid sifting. If he does sift, he will sift the whole amount. If he finds more than a rova hakav, he is entitled to full compensation. Number two, full compensation is a fine for adding an additional amount. It is common for there to be a rova hakav of impurities. The seller is not suspect of adding. More than that, one is suspect of adding even the initial amount. The Gemara challenges Rav Huna's ruling from a Mishnah and a Brisa. Number one, concerning the laws of Kilayim, the Tanakam of a Brisa holds it suffices for a planter to reduce a mixture of seeds to less than a rova kav in order to plant them. He does not have to remove them entirely as Rav Huna requires when there is more than an acceptable amount of soil. Refutation. The Gemara answers a rova kav is an acceptable amount even for kilayim. However, he still has to reduce it, a stringency imposed by the Chachamim on kilayim. Rabbi Yossi holds it does not suffice to reduce it. He must remove the foreign seed completely, otherwise it appears he wants to plant kilayim. Number two, a Mishnah Bava Basra states, two people deposited $300 with a third party, each claiming he deposited the $200. The Chachamim award $100 to each. Only the third $100 is set aside until Eliyahu's arrival. This contradicts Rav Huna, who penalizes the seller fully. Refutation. The Gemara answers the cases are not comparable. We know both deposited at least $100. We do not know how much soil was present in the grain and how much was added by the seller. Even according to Rabbi Yossi, who holds the court sets aside the full amount, it is because one depositor is definitely lying, whereas the excess amount of soil may have been present in the grain and not added by the seller. The Gemara attempts to support Rav Huna from a brisa concerning a loan with interest. Rabbi Meir holds one who inserted in a loan document a clause to collect interest may not even collect the principal amount of the loan. Similar to Rav Huna, who obligates the seller to reimburse the buyer fully, even for the rova hakav. Refutation. The lender inserted the clause in the loan document. He clearly transgressed. However, the excess soil may have mixed in accidentally. Perhaps Rabbi Meir would not penalize such a case. Even the Chachamim, who permit the lender to collect the principal, it is because there is no prohibition to collect it, whereas the seller may have mixed in all the soil. The Chachamim would agree to penalize him fully as stated by Rav Huna. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe and become a sponsor. Thank you.